Ahoy there, Bradford here, and it is Sunday the 6th, 11:30 a.m. Got a lot of news. Before I get to storm stuff, I want to make sure everybody knows that, God willing, this Friday, 5 p.m. at Davis Pub, we will be doing the How Not to Sail meetup in Annapolis. That's 5 p.m. I say God willing because, I'll get to that in a minute, but first of all, this podcast, quote, episode, and probably the next couple are going to be very ad hoc. Anyway, so the thing I need to tell you about Annapolis is that this year, which is kind of like becoming a tradition, this will be the third year, and thanks to the good offices of Captain Boomies for helping us greatly. We will be meeting at Davis Pub, 5 p.m. Friday, as I said, God willing. And, this year we are going to be doing something a little different, which is that we are going to be inviting all How Not to Sail listeners to join us. And we will be doing something special for the patrons. And if you're a patron already and I know you're going, it's already in the works. So I've kind of screwed myself out of an opportunity to try and make a good sale for more people joining Patreon this week, because I will not be able to do any more of these things for anybody that's not already a patron, because they're already in the works. But, if I see you and you're a new patron there and you're there, then, maybe I can hook you up later. Anyhow, the reason I said God willing with all this is due to now Storm Milton. And spoiler alert, I guess, I was going to do an episode about Helene, but I started having some qualms about that, in part because, for one thing, we still have a good friend and patron of the show who I think may have had a very bad outcome with his home just north of where the boat is. And hope you're doing all right, sir. And at least hope everybody is healthy and well, if not the homestead there. And given that, and the marina is creamed, and everything going on in North Carolina, I felt a little self-something to be doing an episode about how we were scared and nearly, just by the hair of our chinny chin chin, missed losing the boat and flooding the house. I put some sandbags out. The house is mostly unscathed, thanks to Bill helping me out with the sandbag stuff. Anyway, so the problem is that Hurricane Milton, or what will soon be Hurricane Milton, is now aiming directly at the marina where my vessel is. So in about an hour or so, I'm going to head to the airport, in a half hour, going to head to the airport, get on a plane to Florida, arrive around 4 p.m., hopefully, take a taxi to the marina, jump on the vessel, take the vessel nonstop 32 hours down to Key West, where I hope it will be safer than being right in the bullseye of what may be a major hurricane. Somewhere between Cat 1 and Cat 5, they're not quite sure. But this actually looks worse than the previous. So, if all that works out right, I will be arriving in Key West after this solo nonstop 32-hour festival Tuesday morning, fly back to Georgia Tuesday afternoon, and fly into the Annapolis area on Wednesday, prepping for our get-together on Friday. So, I think that's where our catchphrase here, "What could possibly go wrong?" comes into play. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. So, I'm just going to not apologize for all the ad hoc stumbles and ums and so's and whatever, because that's what we're doing right now. I need to get this out. In this case, due to the technology and time constraints, I'm just going to have to put the same feed for patrons and the public feed. My apologies for that, but it is what it is. And I do hope to do an update when I hopefully arrive successfully in Key West in about 2 days from now. And that's kind of that. You will not hear from me between now and then. I do have a couple of friends and family monitoring my progress. They will be on the Spot Messenger. And hope to see you on the other side there. I do not anticipate any big stuff coming for my trip other than 20 to 25 knots when I'm leaving this evening, which has nothing to do with the hurricane. Once I get down further south, it should be decent, and that 20 to 25 should be from the east, which is a land breeze, and so there should not be a lot of fetch, and so I hope to not be very green. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with what could possibly go wrong again, and I hope to see a lot of y'all in Annapolis. Remember, you don't have to be a patron to be at Davis Pub Friday at 5 p.m., in the hopefully unlikely event that anything precludes me from getting up there. I do plan to send the Admiral in my stead, and Captain Boomies is going to be there. So I do hope, though, that all of this will work out down to the finely honed itinerary. So stay tuned.